All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Dice and TGW. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. TGW has spawned as the red human player on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Dice has spawned as the yellow night elf player over here on the top right. We're looking at a 1v1 matchup here on Concealed Hill. Dice human versus night elf, Dice versus TGW, and I believe TGW actually chose a random at the start of this match, which means that we should be looking at, well, perhaps a faster scout coming in from Dice to figure out what race he's going up against and what strategies he wants to try and develop. TGW on the bottom left, opening up with a very standard altar of kings, barracks, and a farm. Should have no problems whatsoever getting going with this particular strategy here, as we're looking at, well, what we expect to see from this game. Keeper of the Grove opening, getting up to level 3, gaining a good amount of tempo and gaining a little bit of an advantage, followed up with the Demon Hunter second. Demon Hunter or Alchemist second. Both are very, very complementary to that Keeper of the Grove first and play very differently. TGW doing an interesting Sim City, placing this farm here, and that means that he's actually going to be trying to expand into the forest in this direction. By expanding into the forest with this direction, but also having additional farms down, it makes his opponent much more committed, trying to actually push inside. The downside, though, is, well, of course, the Keeper of the Grove with those forces of nature can easily clear out the forest in the midst of a battle and try and put on some pressure there. Archmage is going to be the hero coming in from the human player. No surprises there, as the Ancient of War, well, living up to his name already at the start, taking a beating, but, well, dishing out some damage as well. All right, adding in that damage here. Going to go ahead and finish off that Ogre Warrior. There goes one. Going to finish off some more units. Didn't really need to, well, place down this Treant. One Treant actually being joining in on the fight. That's not actually how it should be, as this Treant is going to go after this Forest Troll Berserker here. Map zip file didn't work. Well, I know I couldn't download it. I tried to download using the link. It didn't work. You may have to resend it. Well, we'll try it again another time. All right, Keeper of the Grove now making his way over. Rock Golem about to get taken down. There's some more Treants joining in on the battle. Is the Archmage going to get that precious Rock Golem experience? Yes, he is. He does get the item as well. Meanwhile, going to try and go after these remaining Treants and get to level 2. Keeper of the Grove also gets the level 2 in exchange of summons, as we're looking at, well, the Keeper of the Grove or the Archmage, who is going to come out on top. All right, there goes that last tree, and their peasant going to get taken out. Why did they remove the item that gives Thorn's Aura from the drop table? The other items are still there. I forgot. I know that there was a reason behind Thorn's Aura being removed. I just forgot the reason behind it. All right, Treant gonna go ahead and go up against that Troll Trapper. It looks as though that Force of Nature will end up getting taken down. Keeper of the Grove gonna clean up the remaining experience. Meanwhile, the Archmage is sitting at level 2, trying to run out across the map. Does have a potion of invulnerability and should be able to put some pressure down, as Dice now getting up more archers, because players just sell it 95% of the time. Never item for thorns. No, there was that little thorn. Well, am I thinking of the icon for Thorn's Aura?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the icon for Thorn's Aura. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Maybe many moons ago. Anyways, focusing on the game at hand, TGW trying to put pressure onto these archers. However, archers getting a quick bath of moonberry juice as they quickly run on by. Archers can turn around, perhaps get some damage back onto the footman, trying to focus down. No, after the Archmage instead. Archmage going to be able to back away, running off to the north. We are looking at the Water Elemental and the footman putting pressure onto some of these poor Wisp who are just trying to hide in the forest. Back down to the south here, archers are looking to get away. Footmen now making their way back off to the north, as there is just all of this weird separation going on across the map all at the same time. Footmen now looking to engage off to the north here, trying to take down some of those wisps, as well as the wisp gonna go ahead and get taken down. All right, putting the pressure back across here. Wisp trying to headway. Footman going to go ahead and engage, trying to take down some of these units. Archmage now going to try and retreat back here. Keeper of the Grove is still there. What is going on, as the Archer is taking quite a bit of damage. There's going to go a quick entangle onto that footman here as that footman takes quite a bit of damage. Footman going to end up getting taken down by that Keeper of the Grove as the archers are trying to shake off some of that damage as well. There's some Dust of Appearance, no more Shadow Melt as that archer looks to get away and does get away. Line of sight enough to break right there as that archer able to run back off to the north. A little bit of a mistiming cue by TGW as Dise gets in a little bit lucky. This footman doesn't realize that it doesn't need to be here, and it's going to get taken down as well. Naga Sea Witch, curiously, the second hero coming in from Dise. So not a keeper, not the alchemist that I was expecting, or the demon hunter, but instead a pressure-based Naga Sea Witch. All right, at this start already here on Concealed Hill, Keeper of the Grove and Naga Sea Witch, they can easily start putting pressure onto the footmen. And all really TGW should be doing right now is trying to, well, not get caught out in the open. Getting caught out in the open is the worst possible thing that can happen when your opponent is up with the Naga Sea Witch already, especially with the Keeper of the Grove and Entangles. It feels like any unit that is out in the field will either get entangled or cold arrowed. And, well, that definitely means the death of a hero or death of a unit. Coming back through, we are looking at Ultra of Kings. We are going into a Arcane Sanctum, a single Arcane Sanctum. So it is going to be rifle casters coming in from TGW, and now opting to go for a Beastmaster instead of a Mountain King or any other human-based hero. All right, so TGW changing things up, opting to go for a Beastmaster instead. And now Dise sitting at level 2, very close to level 3. And, well, TGW says, if you want to put down early pressure, I too can do the same thing. And, well, the problem is going to be right now who has better base defense. Keeper of the Grove going to quickly retreat back home. Beastmaster sitting at level 1, dropping down a bear first as that damage is going to perhaps add up. And here we are already in this engagement. Footman, Ancient of War, trying to add in some damage. Rifleman getting quickly entangled. And that is the death of a Rifleman right there, giving level 3 to that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove should be able to finish off more Footmen. Look at those very low hit point Footmen right there. 2 Footmen quickly getting taken down as the Keeper of the Grove has enough gas in the tank for more Treants. All right, Treants joining in on the battle. Level 2 now on the Naga Sea Witch. TGW going to be forced to retreat here. Level 3, level 2 going up against level 3, level 1. Beastmaster of TGW doesn't even really have that much experience or much to show, as Dise is just easily handling TGW throughout this matchup. The major difference so far is the experience. Army size is surprisingly similar. TGW actually has more gold in the bank. Tree of Ages going into, well, some more tech as well. Meanwhile, Archmage, well, with Brilliance or a Beastmaster with the Bear and then Water Elementals should be able to tank a fair amount of damage. That's one of the benefits of going Beastmaster second. Between your Water Elementals and your Bears, you are able to absorb quite a bit of damage. And now that the priests are out on the battlefield, they should really be trying to heal up those heroes as opposed to trying to heal up any of those summons. Footman easily going to get taken or finish off this last Forest Troll High Priest Beastmaster, however, still sitting at level 1. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove and Naga Sea Witch more than halfway to their next level as well. Now, Dise is going for some Goblin Zeppelin play. As we noticed earlier, there is no guard tower, no arcane tower. Only one way in and one way out, and that is by flying and traveling through the unfriendly skies, and Dise does exactly that. Treants Fork Lightning, and in comes this damage here. An engagement inside the base going to cause so many problems as the priests are now trying to back away. TGW having no ability to mine whatsoever, and this damage is just going to add up more and more as Dise can just sit inside the base here and say, you know what? Every second that I am fighting inside this base is 10 gold that you don't have. All right, fighting into a corner here, but, well, a bunch of range units easily picking off melee units as they're trying to make their way over. That's exactly what's happening. Goblin Zeppelin Micro picking up and dropping off units as finally the Riflemen in the back are able to add in a bit of that damage. Keeper of the Grove is going to be able to Staff of Preservation that Goblin Zeppelin out. No, it is not. Going to try and make, there it is, Staff of Teleportation to head away, and there it goes, able to get back. One Hawk keeping track, keeping sight right there. Gonna finish off that Hawk as that Hawk gives level 3 to the Naga Sea Witch. All right, Keeper of the Grove in that situation needed that Staff of Preservation. Could have easily staffed of preservation the Goblin Zeppelin back home, essentially getting all of the units back home, and then using that Staff of Teleportation. Always a little bit of a risky maneuver there, and we can see that the Keeper of the Grove now does in fact have that Staff of Preservation. Coming through into the center. Well, a little bit of slow poison. Is it going to be able to wake up the creeps? It's going to be able to do exactly that. The peasant dies at the feet, and now the units are looking to retreat back. Coming back around, peasant or beastmaster finishing up off over here. Ogre Lord is still Ogre Lord not getting aggroed. Both sides sitting in no upkeep still, as Dise is looking to rinse and repeat this strategy once more. Rifleman with that medium armor able to reflect back or absorb some of that piercing damage, but simply too large of an army as the Keeper of the Grove now at level 4 as well. Level 4, level 3 going up against level 3, level 2, as TGW looking for an opportunity somewhere to try and pull to even. Naga Sea Witch, Keeper of the Grove, Beastmaster, Archmage, now attempting to retreat back. Archmage gonna perhaps go after that Null Overseer and those Null Assassins. Coming back around, Dryads gonna get into position here. Riflemen gonna try and push back this army again. No expansions from anywhere. And at this point, Dise and TGW are just trying to dance and do this maneuvering through each other, trying to figure out what they can possibly do. What's the better positioning here? Ogre Lord now trying to retreat back. Beastmaster, Archmage. There's going to be a quick ensnare shockwave coming back through, and now the Night Elf army, are they going to try and eat through right here? If they go through right here, they can actually catch their opponent off guard, and no, they're not doing exactly that, as the Keeper of the Grove doesn't know what's happening on the other side. This is going to give a perfect opportunity for the Archmage to pick up Claws of Attack plus 12, get to Brilliance Aura level 2, as the units are now making their way off to the north. I've been checking, and it seems that there was never, although there aren't a lot of item lists that are actually complete. Yeah, I think Thorn's Aura was actually one of those items that was not in the books or never an appropriate item. I'm sure someone could make it if we really wanted it, but then again, who really wants Thorn's Aura, right? Where very, very situational indeed. All right, Peasant gonna quickly get entangled, get finished off here again. And now what is Dise looking to do? Meanwhile, we're looking at TGW putting pressure inside of the main base here. Tree of Ages down to 1,300 hit points, dropping quickly. Gonna get a little bit of a hit point boost after it upgrades the Tree of Eternity. But, well, already has taken some damage as well. Beastmaster trying to push on in. Rifleman not realizing, hey, you need to squeeze in a little bit more and try to perhaps get us around. Are we going to turn this into a base race scenario? No, we are not. Squirrel Town Portal coming back the other way. Water Elementals, there's some detonations, and here is now the engagement. All right, Tree of Eternity down to 700 hit points. Massive repairs now underway. Treants now joining in on the fight as Priest and other units are getting taken down as well. There goes a Dryad as the Beastmaster gets to level 3 in the process. Down to 964 hit points. The keep currently sitting at 1635. There is also the natural, the masonry upgrades as well. All the peasants pretty much lost by TGW, so he's going to be working a bit of overtime to try and even start saturating this gold mine. He doesn't have enough to even train peasants yet, as he is now going up to 3 workers. One Hawk quickly getting finished off here, and I think Dise smells blood, and we're going to see an engagement there. Oh, beautiful Staff of Preservation, saving that Dryad, Keeper of the Grove on top of everything, as we see an Entangled now go down. All right, a little bit of damage coming back across. Archmage with that orb of, did he sell the Claws of Attack? No, keeping the Claws of Attack, and you can see a little bit of that bonus damage, how much stronger that Archmage is really overall. Beastmaster down to 135, down to 56, 41, 34, gets taken down. 2 level 4 heroes as the Beastmaster falls to level 3. All right, that's the worst possible thing you could possibly happen while you are trying to rebuild your worker count, losing your hero well, is just another nail, a nail in the coffin, so to speak, for Dise, as Dise has just been easily handling his opponent throughout this match. 38 supply compared to 39. The problem is that it doesn't seem like Dise knows how to close the door and finish off the game. He hasn't been able to do all that much there, as we're looking at the water elemental getting taken down. All right, we're going to be going into an engagement. Treants finding a completely wide open base once more, and this is exactly what, well, what you didn't want to see. Archmage gets up to level 5 here, gonna try and perhaps get in a little bit of healing. Keeper of the Grove chasing after the other way, and what is this? A bunch of archers gonna end up getting taken down. Dise losing a lot of his army here, trying to chase down the Archmage, and that was just an absolute misstep, misclick. All of the Dryads were taken down as well. Fork Lightning finishing off some units, 30 supply compared to 37, as TGW looks to, well, fight back into this game, being able to somehow get back into this matchup. Beastmaster about to get resurrected, 39 supply compared to 33, as another Rifleman going to get taken down. Keeper of the Grove is now sitting at level 5.
The player's forces are under attack.
Some Night Elf use it with bears. That is true. Night Elf versus Night Elf mirror match. Bear, Keeper of the Grove is used occasionally, but that's pretty much it for Thorns. Anyways, Archmage, Rifleman, Priest, Water Elementals, Beastmaster should be ready here in just a moment. We are looking at 6 workers and, well, needing to start getting a bit of lumber, as well as the units are now making their way off to the north. Orb of Venom, a little bit of bonus damage indeed for that Keeper of the Grove, being able to finish off some of those units. Dispel Magic, able to easily, well, stop that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove no longer nearly as strong, as the spell is now finally on the table, shutting down those treants and those other, and that entangling roots. There's a quick roar. Bear goes back into bear form here, going to go ahead and start mauling things up, going after those riflemen once more. The unit's trying to retreat back, as well, a raging bear going after a druid of the claw. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. Has to be careful. Down to 332 hit points. Now going to back away. Staff of Preservation saving a unit again, as the Keeper of the Grove just applying poison to multiple units and then shutting them down. Dryads, however, are constantly getting picked off and now opening the way for more water elementals here. And the Dryads are incredibly important in this matchup, as they not only are they taking down the water elementals, they're also taking down the summons of the other units. Bear now going after the sorceress, able to finish it off once more, as there is still a lot of chasing going on. Beastmaster now going after the Naga Sea Witch. All right, Priest going to get taken down, as that bear is just racking up that damage. All right, Dryad down to 100 hit points, still looking to battle it through. Bear looking to get some damage here, as there's an entangle followed by a quick dispel. Final shot off there again. 30 supply compared to 31. Both sides with relatively small. Druid of the Claw not realizing it needs to be in a bear form, taking quite a bit of damage. Where is it going to go? Try to get the rejuvenation off. Gets the rejuvenation off, but gets taken down in the process. Level 5 Archmage, level 3 Beastmaster, halfway to level 4 Naga Sea Witch, going to staff with teleportation back home, or perhaps try and regroup here in just a moment over here at the Ancient of Wonders. Meanwhile, Dise is actually, well, in a little bit of trouble in here, falling behind in terms of supply, and, well, not having a way to close out that game earlier, as TGW is just outlasting his opponent in this game of attrition. Level 5, level 3, Archmage correctly decides, you know what, now is not the time to stick around. Rifleman, one final shot before it, well, the Scroll of Town Portal pops. All right, Sonic has left the game. Sonic is not playing the game. It could be good with Mountain Giants versus Knights, especially against Thundering Blades. It's weird that we haven't seen that yet. Yeah, it really could be. And the question then becomes, are the Treants and Entangle better, or do you really want level 3 Thorns Aura at that point in stage in the game? Archmage, well, looking to clear things up. We are looking at only 5 minutes of mining left, and only about 2.5 minutes of mining left there. And we are going to be getting into, well, possible expansion rotations. We're looking at Dise perhaps going to try to uproot and take the expansion here. And once more, TGW without one single arcane tower. Well, and that is causing problems here. There goes one priest as well. There is a bash onto a bear. The Raging Bear getting in a quick stun, as the Sorceress could have a very bad day indeed. All right, one more shot. Going to finish off that Sorceress unit, trying to retreat back. Keeper of the Grove, however, is slowed in the process. 31 supply compared to 35. Army sizes are about the same, as Dise is now looking to retreat back. Gonna perhaps get some Orb of Venom damage onto the Archmage and also some of these other units as well. And the Keeper of the Grove is just, what is that doing? Keeper of the Grove double backing around, and without Dise losing control of his Keeper of the Grove, it has taken about 300 points of unnecessary damage. Gonna go ahead and regroup here. Naga Sea Witch did have a Staff of Preservation to try and send him retreat back home, but, well, and we'll see how all of this works here. Fighting at a Fountain of Health generally would work out well if you have your back to it. But then right now the problem is going to be that the creeps are still there, and it's just a matter of play for TGW to aggro those creeps and then all of a sudden have the Keeper of the Grove in a 2-on-1 fight. Here we are, 2-on-1 fight the other way. The Drake and the Ogre Magi and Ogre Warrior actually getting in a little bit of damage on these trailing units, as Dise is trying to transition this into a victory, having TGW fight against the computer and himself at the same time. Raging Bear about to get taken down. One more shot, it gets taken down. Keeper of the Grove nearly at level 6 as the Dryad gets taken down. Keeper of the Grove does transfer the Staff of Preservation and gonna go ahead and teleport that Naga Sea Witch back home. Naga Sea Witch, drinking some moonberry juice, gonna be absolutely fine. Archmage sitting at level 5. Beastmaster gonna get to level 4 off of this creep camp, even with the Archmage stealing a bit of the experience. However, the Naga Sea Witch, is it going to spot there? No, yes, it does going to go ahead and spot. And now in comes the engagement. Now in comes the damage. Dryads, are they going to be going after any of those units? A poor priest could get taken down pretty quickly. Now level 6 onto that Keeper of the Grove, opening up Tranquility. Dise now with Tranquility may have a useful ability to try and take the victory here, as the Naga Sea Witch attempting to fire back as well. There's a quick entangle. One, a mana stealing used by the Beastmaster, perhaps try and drop some more units, as a Beastmaster down to 123 hit points and still somehow survives. Tranquility now being used here, a little bit of a fight going back and forth. The Dryads could just hold their ground as they were constantly getting healed, and now continuing with that pressure. Beastmaster down to 98 hit points, was not hit with the Fork Lightning as I expected he would be, as the Beastmaster somehow survives with the Priest healing him back up to full. Yeah, Keeper of the Grove didn't know how to head back home, didn't know how to regroup. There's another Fork Lightning coming back across. Couple of quick detonations as the Keeper of the Grove can get a little off on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster could be in trouble, down to 56, 35, 55 hit points. Finally gets turned back around. Water Elemental going to get taken down. Perhaps a couple more units will get lost. No such luck there, as the Naga Sea Witch still stays at level 5. 40 supply compared to 47. TGW with a slight advantage. And now we need to see some perhaps long distance mining with only 1 minute of mining left. Dise, getting that Nature's Blessing, will be walking on over to the expansion location, but this may be too little too late of a strategy. TGW, he's still mining a little bit of gold because he was delayed for so long. TGW could now try and perhaps go after this Fountain of Health, grab the necessary item, get healed up, and then try to make a big play. But Dise, perhaps suspecting this, smells something is fishy and now trying to get away. Rifleman, where is he going? Slow poison, he's not going anywhere. Could perhaps just turn back around and try to get him a little bit of damage here. Water Elemental trying to finish off this Red Drake. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, it is. And with that, Red Drake getting healed up far too much. In comes the damaged Bear, trying to finish off the last Forest Troll Berserker. There's True Shot Aura. That is a huge item, as all of a sudden the Rifleman, Priest, and Archmage are all dealing 7% more damage. No sign of any sort of stuns possible, as the Keeper of the Grove is right there. Rifleman has 2-0 upgrades coupled with that True Shot Aura, going to be able to do a little bit more damage. Rifleman trying to get over to the Fountain of Health and will be able to do exactly that. Fork Lightning coming across, going to finish off one of those poor priests, as the Bears are in position and the Bears are getting in a couple of nice bashes. There's a swipe, but the Dryad disappeared right before his eyes. 24 supply compared to 37. Dise still holding his own there. Cold arrows slowing down the auto attack. There goes another quick entangle as the which, well, not going to get to level 6 here, but going to get that much closer. Archmage still bringing up the rear as we are looking at a Tree of Eternity. Where's that Tree of Eternity? In the center of the map. That's the only expansion location that was cleared. So Dise does have a plan to follow this up if he can outlast his opponent. But his opponent is going to find out that the expansion is up. TGW going to have a little bit of an issue here. Dual Ancient of Lores trying to act as gatekeepers as well as Staff of Teleportation going to head back home. Keeper of the Grove retreating back home as the Archmage now going to be putting in pressure. All right, going straight after the Dryad. Dryad number 1 of 4 taken down. Ancient of Lores trying to fight back, but there's probably just not enough, especially with Dise not mining any gold right now. All right, Bear gonna go. Bear needs to get a roar in, perhaps get a rejuvenation, something. Go into bear form before it gets focused down by riflemen and casters as the Ancient of Lores are getting into that engagement here. All right, there's a rejuvenation. Are we gonna look at the Druid of the Claw? Druid of the Claw wants to just join in on this fight, well, attacking by himself as the Naga Sea Witch gets to level 6 at the same time the Archmage does. Archmage now has mass teleportation, will be able to easily move around the map. Naga Sea Witch has level 3 cold arrows on top of level 3 fork lightning. Needs a little bit more mana. Going to finish off a water elemental here. Water elemental taken down. Keeper of the Grove needs to get a tranquility off to try and save some of those units, and doing exactly that. All right, the Keeper of the Grove holding steady at 200 hit points, now being forced to back away as that rifleman getting in too much damage. Keeper of the Grove down to 36 hit points and able to escape. Rifleman, or however, finishing off a Dryad in the process. And with Dise, a Tree of Eternity in trouble, Staff of Preservation will actually move you to the wrong location. All right, Beastmaster, Archmage looking to finish off this Tree of Eternity. More units need to engage here. Beastmaster looking to back away again and now re-engaging. It looks as though the Tree of Eternity is purposely trying to attack and now going to engage here. However, trying to attack uphill is a bit of a problem. And still, the Tree of Eternity mining away once more. All right, no more mining coming in from TGW. No more mining, or no mining coming in from Dise either. There are no wisps to be had. No long-distance mining. What is going on in this matchup? That Tree of Eternity was just constantly attacking back and forth. 16 supply army going up against 34, trying to use the fountains of health to your advantage. No gold anywhere. No workers anywhere from TGW. All of his workers are gone. I would have thought perhaps trying to take out this expansion and then doing long distance mining could have been a possibility, but just didn't work out that way. Beastmaster sitting at level 5. We are looking at 2 heroes and 1 wisp. That is all that is left of Dise, and Dise still just playing this game of a run around everywhere. Keeper of the Grove has a little bit of mana. What are we going to see here? Perhaps summon some treants. Dise wants to make sure, is there anything going on inside the base here? And Archmage shows up. Keeper of the Grove, Naga Sea Witch, a little bit of damage back and forth. Priest now doing plenty of healing. No Staff of Sanctuary. There is the Rifleman trying to escape. Rifleman ends up, wow, somehow surviving. The Staff of Preservation, well, teleports the unit back home. All right, Priests need to do a lot more healing, perhaps regrouping once more. Archmage doesn't have anywhere to really teleport to at this point and stage in the game, as the Keeper of the Grove trying to finish off one of those riflemen, as we see a Spirit Bear, a blinking bear, able to close in on that distance. Spirit Bear perhaps going to try and get in there. No bash there. Are we going to see another blink? Nope, no tranquility right there, and that's where the stuns possibly are. Naga Sea Witch perhaps going to try and finish off some of these units, and a beautiful use of the high ground here to try and hide himself, as the Spirit Bear now going to go ahead and engage again. All right, no stuns that I've seen so far. A stun would be absolutely stunning at this point, as the Spirit Bear blinking behind once more, and another Spirit Bear going to get in front. Bears blinking in front, and there's a stun. There's the Staff of Preservation. Keeper of the Grove able to return back to the Moonwells, as the Naga Sea Witch trying to, well, make its way back down to the south. Are we going to see another bash? Yes, we are. Bashy Bear, as the Naga Sea Witch trying to get away. Keeper of the Grove gonna, well, where is it gonna teleport to? Teleports off to the other side, as the Naga Sea Witch is in a little bit of trouble. Mass teleport inside the main base now, and this is turning into a base race scenario, as the Bears are dealing large portions of damage. In comes the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch now needs to retreat away. Gonna be able to slither on out of there once again, as the Beastmaster and the Spirit Bear are going to go ahead and, well, Beastmaster Spirit Bears are looking to finish off these Moonwells, and Dise does in fact give the GG. TGW with the lower overall score coming away with the victory. Dise not knowing how to close out the game and pick and choose his battles, as Dise ends up dropping this match. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought about the game in the comments below.